Drink beer, it's good for you. I'm empty-handed and I'm feeling blue, and I'm gonna drink till the day that I die.
Hello and welcome to the video. This is my Grainfather Hints and Tips collection. Here I've put together 25 great tips that I hope will prove useful to everyone. Star San is without doubt the most popular sanitizer on the market. It can be used as long as the pH doesn't drop below 3. You will find, however, if you use distilled water instead of tap water, it will last an awful lot longer. With so many of us original Grainfather users upgrading to the new Connect, we have the old controller laying around. This can be repurposed using the adapter that I show here. On one side it's the 3-pin that can be plugged directly either into the boiler or the pump section of the controller, and on the other side you have a multinational power input there. This can now be used to control temperature using things like heat belts or fans or extraction or whatever your imagination takes you. So to find one of these online, just stick these words into your browser, and as long as you're in the US, the UK or the EU or Hong Kong, then you're good to go. If not, put your own country in instead. Get your grain crush right. Everything stems from this in terms of your efficiency. Make sure you don't have anything too fine, otherwise that will affect your sparge, but make sure you have a good crush. Very important. Stop the pump and stir during the mash to get an even higher brewhouse efficiency when needed. It's important to use the right pipework for your brew. You will get the best efficiency with the regular pipework if you go just over 4 kilos and no more than 5. When you use the small batch pipework, mash efficiency is best at between 2.5 to 3.5 kilos. Always sparge slowly and evenly. There's really no rush, you've got to wait for it to get to the boil yet anyway. Avoid a stuck sparge with pre-planning. So if you know your grain is very fine, or you have a high percentage of wheat in your brew, simply add some rice hulls and give the mash a good stir before you start the sparge. Be organised. This is a very important aspect and something that I can't really stress enough. You can really cut down on the stress factor of a brew day just with a little bit of organisation. Use a spray bottle of water or Star San to control the hop break. This is particularly important when you're running very close to the top. The foam we see on top of the actual wort during the boil is just protein. It's important to stir this in as you go. Every time you add something during the boil, give that a nice stir in as well. Always use yeast nutrients for every brew. This is very important. There's nothing more vital than the health of your yeast. During the boil, every 20 minutes, scrape the bottom plate with your brewing spoon. Set the counterflow chiller on a chair next to your Grainfather and run hot water through it for a few minutes to sanitize it before your 0-minute whirlpool. Whirlpool after every brew. You don't necessarily need to use a power tool to help you, but it sure is a lot of fun and it makes the whole process a lot more efficient. Whirlpool between 5 and 10 minutes and then let the brew stand for at least 5 to 10 minutes after that. To safeguard yourself against knocking the filter off while you're brewing, use a stainless steel hose clamp around the filter connection to the Grainfather. To safeguard against knocking the end cap off of the filter, use a mesh wrap around the filter to hold the cap on nice and securely. Extend your wort out hose so that you can splash that wort directly into your fermenter. Use temperature control on all of your brews. If you intend on bottling your beer, then I would suggest you leave it in the fermentation vessel for 21 days. This will give the yeast a chance to clean up after itself and also give you the benefit of some bulk conditioning, so in the end you'll be drinking your beer quicker anyway. Always have extra light dried malt extract at hand just in case of a low efficiency brew. You never know what could happen. Always have a packet of spare yeast. Something like M44 is perfect because it's very neutral and can easily take over a brew that has got a stuck fermentation. Don't try to cut your brew length down. time cuts mostly mean compromise. Join Facebook Grainfather groups, such as Grainfather Users Group, Grainfather Recipes, and Advanced Grainfather Users Group. There's lots of information being shared all the time on these forums, and it's very useful for new and existing and experienced users. And finally, number 25, and the most important one, have fun. I hope you found this video both useful and interesting. I haven't actually included everything that I could have done in this video, but I wanted to keep the time down a bit so that it was a nice, quick and easy short video for a new user to grab hold of and get some good ideas and thoughts, but at the same time including enough new ideas to satisfy the more experienced users. I will at some point do a follow-up to this video with more hints and tips, and if there's something that you think should go into it, tips of your own, then please write them down in the comments section here so that I can add them. So if you did like this video, then please do go ahead and like it on YouTube. This really helps me out and allows the videos to be seen by a wider audience on YouTube. I've got a lot of videos in the pipeline for the future, so if you're interested in seeing what I've got coming up, then please subscribe for future content. If you have any questions on anything that I've covered in this video or in others, or anything to do with brewing in general, then please do not hesitate to get in touch. I'm more than happy to help. Until then, happy brewing!